This pesto baked ziti is one of my favorite easy weeknight dinners. It's nutrient dense, it's delicious, and most importantly, you can whip it up in like 30 minutes. It only has 5 ingredients and everybody's gonna love it. Welcome to Kat's Vegan Kitchen. Let's get started. The protein in this dish is tofu. If you think you don't like tofu, stick around because this recipe is going to convince you that in fact you do like tofu. When we use tofu, we have to squeeze the water out of it. For this recipe, I just like to squeeze the water out of the tofu with my hands. Once you squeeze your water out of your tofu, crumble it into your bowl. This is going to act like ricotta cheese in our recipe. I'm going to season my tofu with a ½ teaspoon of salt and about 2 tablespoons of nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast adds in a big boost of vitamin B12. This is one of my everything from Trader Joe's recipes, so I'm using their Cal Vegan Basil Pesto. It's delicious, but if you can't find that, feel free to check out my vegan basil pesto recipe. I'll link it here and also in the description below. Add about 3/4 cup of whatever pesto you're using to your tofu and mix it in really well. This step is totally optional, but I do like to add in about 1/4 cup of the Trader Joe's vegan Parmesan. It gives our vegan ricotta a really nice flavor. I pre-boiled about 10 ounces of penne pasta, and I'm gonna add that to a glass baking pan. At this point, I wanna heat my oven to about 360, 375. Pour your tofu pesto mixture into your pasta and combine it super well. Our last ingredient is going to be about 1.5 cups of diced cherry or grape tomatoes. If you don't have a cherry or grape tomato, use any old tomato you have. Mix in your diced cherry tomatoes and another 1/2 cup or to 3/4 cup of your pesto sauce. Our last ingredient is we're gonna top it with this delicious vegan mozzarella from Trader Joe's. Of course, you can use any commercial vegan mozzarella. For this, I used about 3/4 of the bag, and in the pesto, I used about 1.5 containers. You want to make sure and snug tin foil around your pan really well because that is what's going to cause the cheese to melt. I'm going to put it in my oven for about 20 minutes, and I'll show you what it looks like when it's done. I baked my pesto baked ziti for about 30 minutes on 375. If you wanted to cook faster, you can always up the heat to 400. Here's what it looks like. My favorite way to serve this is with a simple side salad. This is a perfect comforting dinner for family or guests. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Remember, you can always find the full written recipe in the description. And if you like this recipe, remember to hit that thumbs up button and subscribe so you never miss a recipe. Thanks for watching. I hope to see you next time on Kat's Vegan Kitchen.